continue to try to pressure Animal because Animal just launched in front of him. And if he was on top of that mountain, that would have been perfect for him. Potentially to get some loot back in this game. Instead, he opts to farm on the path instead. Bad Sniper has 2 eliminations, one of them coming from a snipe that we saw in the replay in the bottom left of the screen. He's on top of Spade and Donnie. Mongrel not too far away in Lazy Lake, and there's a God nade thrown from Roet DW. Yes, it connects. A little bit of delay there on the mode, but he will crash pad up, and all of a sudden Spade is flying with him, and there's another one from down below. All those players that I mentioned adding their say to that fight. It's Donnie who ends up cleaning up Bad Sniper.
Still fight, the fight is developing. Spade is not going to get all the loot there for free. He does get the points though. Ronnie is the one who started all this. A man who we thought this game basically was ended. Still has a little bit of time here in game 2.
That was insane. Fallout referred to it as a bounce house earlier. That was definitely a little bit of fun up in the air. Spade and Bad Sniper. But Ronnie will come through. Well, there's 2 Ronnies now in this fight. One of them is Roet DW. We keep calling him the big Ronnie. That's Roet DW, if you're unaware. I'm not sure why his name is that. But hey, just to confuse us, it's fine. Another replay. It's Shade. I can't quite see who he took out there, unfortunately.
I mean, there's one main difference about this game. Everyone is on the move. That's why we're getting things like Bad Sniper in an aerial fight, tack to tack with Spade. That's why we're getting Ronnie or Roat with so many free hunting rifle shots on people like Animal. Although he's missing, he's getting these opportunities. Every game we saw in semis, or most of them, and the first game we saw in NA East, people already had their bases up and never really had to move that far compared to most normal games that they've played before. But now it just feels like it's been complete momentum driving all the way towards the south side. You know, Diggy's very comfortable down there. Right now, Spade finally finds Ronnie, who was looking just for an extra scrap of loot. And although his movement will be delayed, the launch pad will make up the time. He has one more to use for the rest of the game, and I don't think anyone's even looking at him coming in. What a perfect line to actually cross.
And while we look at Booga, he does get tagged a little bit on this rotation. He's going directly above Commandment. We saw, unfortunately, 2 big names. Clicks go down, and so did Animal. Booga will get a nice position, but Fishy will deal with that quickly and even it up. Uses the crash pad, but unfortunately loses all the ground that he had just earned. And it looks like just before Animal went down to Trashy, he ended up getting an elim. There's a fight now Booga will take as he realizes that D-Gen is white HP, but Fishy's still looking down with a little bit of a peep box.
While this is all going on, the zone is still playing out. D-Gen has to not only try to win this fight, same thing with Booga, but then move on afterwards. There's already Sentinels waiting in the fray for this fight to end, and then playing off it afterwards. Finally, D-Gen goes down. Nice pickup by Booga. His health is all the way up, but this is the perspective of everyone else. They're already working the zone. They have information. I was going to say if it pulls south, it's absolute chaos for everyone else north. Just look at the mini-map. It's a crescent of players who have not moved, who are hoping for a northern rotation.
But one mountain, one elevating point, Stretch, Booga, Commandment, and Nico are all directly on top of it. This is potential for them to grab a couple of elims as everybody rotates. We do have Storm Surge ticking right now, and I think Commandment might be trying to out-heal it. Nico will pressure a little bit too, because I think he might suspect something. Mongrel down below, Wrigley is pressuring Crims as well. That might be a potential below Surge instance. Still 3 people need to go down, and Crims will take out Mongrel. Rig gonna go for this drop. Good timing for him. He does have a pepper he can make the rotation for, or possibly use this pad.
But it's dangerous. His mat count, just 200 wood. That's what we're going to be looking for, that material type to just bully with their AR sprays. Has the peppers, though, which will give him an advantage against everyone else, and I think he should use them here. 1 point, this game means so much for Wrigley. And he's popped it. He's moving. The bells are ringing. There's people right behind him, though, on his wall. It'll be Cracked, who took out one person before, but did not check both ways before crossing the river. It'll be Wrigley who takes him out.
The bells are ringing and classes started for Wrigley as Crack comes off the side, and unfortunately he will fall to that, but Rig still has to make his way up this hill. Does not want to stay at this elevation given the fact that this zone could continue to pull over.
It's really weird. Usually we see launch pads, and I thought I saw a lot of people moving out, but it's been natural rotations for most of the server. Now this means there's going to be less mats to play with during a mountain range of a moving zone. That's going to spell a lot of danger for so many players. Crims, I know he's mid-ground at the moment. We're looking at Wrigley's perspective. Although he has mats, okay, he might be much better off now. Taking out Rezumi, now he has the full refresh. He has so much ammunition. This could be where he needs to be.
And the zone pulls off of the mountain, so he stays directly down, does not need to worry about it at all. No, he does need to worry about who lands on top of his head because there's a potential couple people who might be dangerous. Benjy Fishy still up, Edgy still up, Dubs as well, who we know has the glider gun and can make a rotation. Booga way up in the sky with Mr. Savage, but it's a launch pad too, so he will not get beamed. No worries there. Creo up, Commandment up, Bully too, and it feels like everybody has made their pounce over to the edge of this mountain, but it will be a high glide for a lot of them.
One side of the zone on high action, the rest just waiting in their bases for the perfect opportunity to shoot. Dubs is one of those people, takes out another player. I think that was Edge who gets completely removed from this end game. That's huge on the amount of people that can punish other players. He has the glider gun. He gets to move around. We saw him take out Cease before. Wrigley dealing damage over to Trashy. I believe he gets that elimination all the way at the end of the day. But look at this top-down view. Sextro, Savage caught on the backside. Benjy all the way up front.
And Benjy's on height too. This is potential. He tried it last time, but it was a little too early. Stretchin's gonna try to hold on to it, but Benjy will fight even on 100 ping. It doesn't matter. Almost gets the cone, but does not end up winning the fight. Stretch will continue to win that on his low ping. Now Benjy needs to decide how to drop down, and he will do just that, but boxes up, decides how this is gonna proceed. It's another crash pad up. No, that's the shockwave launcher, and that might be the time for Benjy to actually drop way ahead of zone and drop down off of this height, because he knows he does not want any of this shockwave launcher.
He had one more chance for insurance. That was that crash pad, and now it's gone. He's in a better position, though, and now multiple people are diving all the way down from height. I think it's Dubs, who must be the only person available to actually contest this caddy launcher, who's still controlling the entire lobby. Frice, though, is alive. He's getting eliminations down. I believe that's Savage who ends up getting taken out. 22 players left alive. It's going over a river, but it's not easy swimming for anyone. It's builds all around, pulled front and back. The low ground is completely congested. Tayson, Nico, people flying up in the sky. Bully getting completely just monstered on by Dubs from the top side. Crims just pops off though. We're in with Benjy, who's still trying to push all the way up top and survive in this zone.
And there's so many people trying to make their last second approaches into people's box. Zexro gets punished for it, but so does Crims. Benjy's still on low ground. Now he gets another layer up, and I'm surprised he still has materials as we approach 8 zone with 13 left. Who can he fight? It's Dubs still up, and he's pressuring height. He takes out Frisk, and that's the shockwave launcher down. Dubs picks it up, and he's got rockets to play with. Bully's still in this. He takes down Aspect. And now it's time to see if Benjy can actually play on this. We have Paper as well in this game too, and Dubs is feeling it. You know when he starts to emote up on height that he's gonna close this game out strong.
He switches roles from a survivor to a leader and hype man connoisseur. 7 rockets. He's just wait out time for everyone to just group up and then rain down big rockets. But it's Benjy who has the shot and survives with just 6 HP. Reminiscent of his Dreamhack performance is the next shot there. Benjy Fishy is so good at this game. Another shot taken, another elimination gained. Wrigley still surviving, but the man of the hour is this one on low ground. Can he find a few more shots? Will Dubs finally start to influence the server? Everyone's on the same layer. Anything can happen. No one's building up. Dubs is suppressing everyone. Paper's so low. Benjy trying to survive. No builds left just yet. He's going box to box with Wrigley. He jumps over, doesn't actually get that shot. 1 second away from the zone. The shockwave launcher finally comes down. Benjy gets taken out.
And that means it's Dubs' 5th elimination. This is a game that will bring him way back up. We saw him fall earlier in the last one, and finally now it comes down to a 1v1. Still a couple shockwave launchers for Dubs to play with, and he's got heals as well to make this really difficult for Builds, although only 8 of that. And he will fire down that shockwave at Builds, but Builds knows what's going on. He still has 19 of that to work with, and Dubs might go for an off heal. Definitely an interesting decision. Bronos might still continue to build forward. No, Dubs decides to cancel that plan. And now Builds is still running out of materials, makes it possibly a last 1v1 in the zone, but he has more HP.
It's a stalemate to where there's no more safe land at all, down to the brink of health, but Dubs has more shield, doesn't even have to use the shockwave launcher, flexing on the entire region. A game 2 win, 90 points, that's what we like to see. We'll be right back with the results as to what happened with this game.